Today, Thomas sir is attending Project 5 from Communicating on Video Advanced Manner. So the project title is Instructing on the Internet. It is slightly different from other speeches. So objectives are to learn how to develop and present an effective training program on the web, to receive personal feedback through a video recording of his presentation, and 5 to 7 minutes for the presentation plus 5 to 7 minutes for playback of the video. All the best.
I like to call the Rahul Gandhi of Bentley, Toastmaster speech making.
Thank you, TMRD, for baffling me. I don't have the answer yet as to what I did. But the speech is not from here. Friends, most interestingly, this is a case when I've come closest to having the cake and eating the cake and having it too. I'm going to make a speech and yet watch myself speaking, because this is a recording. I must hugely thank Toastmaster Kalyan as the producer of this film, going by your ideologies, and Toastmaster Arjun for camera, sound, light, everything. Interestingly, again, I'll just add one more thing. This is the only case where, other than icebreaker, where the subject is prescribed. The speech can only be about making a speech. Thank you. Hello there. Today, my task in this 7-minute presentation is to offer a primer into the speech-making process. It's a little like explaining how to prepare and perform a hop, skip and jump in the short time it takes to actually make the jump. We will start with 4 P's, in the middle of which a speech idea is born. The first P is your passion. What makes you tick? Where are you the master? At the same time, pertinence to the audience. How is this relevant, of meaning, of some benefit to the audience? That area of confluence, of intersection, that will yield ideal subjects and a purpose. Purpose has to be a specific purpose within the generic purpose of educating, entertaining, persuading, or inspiring. In my case, for example, my specific purpose is to inform and convince Toastmasters on the need for following some processes before arriving at a draft, and using some of the force multipliers while delivering the speech. Now, what is my specific preposition? A preposition is the essence of one's message. For interest value, I would keep that, let you decipher my preposition. Now we move to the structure. A structure is a logical container for the easy flow of material, of the logic. This allows the other side, the audience, you, to understand the flow and also understand the interrelationship between different parts of the body. I am, in this case, using the principle of sequential logic. Then, the content. Contents typically come from quotations to prove a point, statistics, logic, as I'm trying to do here, stories, anecdotes, logic. At the same time, importantly, emotions, dialogues, narratives, descriptions, all of them. You think we can start with a draft now? Not yet. We need to agree on a blueprint using just the bullet points that capture the main points and the supporting points. Then there's an issue as to what to do with the contents. The raw content can be cooked well using the facility of language, vocabulary, grammar, rhetorical techniques. One thing to remember is the right word is the most efficient word. And when I try to communicate, which is nothing but transferring all that is in my head onto yours, words are the pixels. Live words, expressive, vivid expressions, phrases, and very importantly, metaphors, and similes, which are nothing but zip files of imageries. So together, with rhetorical devices all put together, we can cook, we can marinate, we can spice up and deliver an interesting fare out of the raw material that people will happily lap up with a feel good. Now, we are ready for the draft? Yes. So we do the draft, polish it, fine tune it, and we say, half the job is done. Is it? Not really. Only 7% of the job is done because words only deliver 7% of the meaning and impact of a speech. 38%, over 5 times that, is delivered by tonal variety. Luckily for us, we are capable through the interplay of volume, pitch, rate, and quality, and not to forget the eloquence of silence, also called pause. We are able to add value. Is there any wonder that the scriptwriter is paid a pittance, whereas the artist who delivers and articulates is paid a lot more? Similarly, has anyone wondered how these silent movies manage to communicate without being a pain in the ear? The reason is 55% of credibility and impact comes from body language. This has been propounded by Albert Mersbain, the Professor Emeritus of UCLA, though he didn't say that specifically in the context of speech making. Fact is, credibility comes when you speak out with your entire body, using facial expressions, gestures, eye contact, because you are living the word. To sum up, there are 4 P's in the middle of which a speech idea is born. You then look at the structure, look at the content, cook the content, but very importantly, make a template, make a blueprint of the entire speech in bullet form. Then when time comes to deliver the speech, you do that with the help of 2 important force multipliers, namely tone and secondly body language. And most importantly, contact, managed including through the eye contact, that metaphysical sharing of energy between 2 energy containers, also called human beings. Now, what was my speech preposition? You know it. The speech draft is not the be-all and end-all of speechcraft. It is not the alpha and omega of speechcraft. Thank you. How much time did they take?